What's the word, music producers? I'm getting ready to get my day started. I'm in the studio. I wanted to chop it up with you guys for a second, and yeah, have you pick my brain and all that good stuff. I'm trying to show up a little bit more often on social media, and so it's a necessity that I do these lives more consistently, and make sure that I'm servicing the very people that I intend to help. So who was that? Jadra. What's up? Brandon. Produced by Jay. Pogo Beats. What's up, my friend? Who else is in here? Sensei Wolf. Greetings. Angel Ray. How we doing, my friend? Hot Fries Beats. I love that name. What's up, bro? Your local musician. Yo, your local musician, bro. Hit me up. Email me. I got an opportunity for you, and I want to see if you're down. I already hit up the homie Aaron. He's already down. Hit me up, bro. I got an opportunity for you that I definitely want to bring to your attention. Shout out to the homie Larry O. Heads up, producers. Me and Larry O got something really special we're going to be giving you guys for free on Thursday. Um, and yeah, that really brings me, I guess, full circle to what's the purpose of this live stream. Other than to say hello, I just want to say hello, answer some questions. I've been well. Cam B, I appreciate the question. I've been well. Free download. Me and the homie Larry O, man, like it's a really dope concept too. Like I'm super glad that he was down for it. If you don't know Larry O, get familiar. He has like one of my favorite tags right now. If you get me, it's one of my favorite tags right now. So you probably seen him on IG. He's going up crazy on IG. And yeah, man, really helpful advice for those of you that use FL Studio. Please go follow my man's Larry O. Okay, follow him. Oh gosh, Leotis. Oh gosh, Beats. What's up, bro? Hey man, thank you again for teaching me sound design. You gave me one of the greatest gifts right now, bro. Like I'm literally about to spend the next few hours just designing sounds from shit in the house. I turned the trash can into a kick drum, and it feels so good to just go through that process. But back to the Larry O. Yo, oh gosh, we got to get up soon too. Let me know if you still want to go to that event on Friday, and I'm gonna be sending you these sounds so you can hear what I've been doing. Still getting better at it, obviously, but let me know, bro. I want to get up with you soon. So Larry O and I are dropping a kit, and so. This is gonna be a free kit. You guys gonna download it. No catches. I promise it's not gonna throw you through some kind of funnel or something like that. It's literally, let's keep in touch because I have more free stuff that I want to give to you. But um, so Larry O hit me up, man. He was like, "Yo, let's collab on some content." And at the time, I had already wanted to surprise you guys with the free download for a YouTube video that I did that's coming out Thursday, where basically I sampled a bunch of sounds around my house. And I basically spent the day sound designing those sounds into different instruments that you guys are gonna be able to use. I turned a toilet into an 808. I turned a trash can into a kick. I turned my blinds into a snare. It's super crazy. Yeah, the stream will stay up. I got you. And so I did that thinking I was just gonna put together some little, kit or whatever of the sounds. But then the homie Larry O hit me up, and I was like, man, how do you feel about collaborating on this? So here's what we're gonna do. He designed a kit with sounds in his house that I have not heard yet. I designed a kit with sounds in my house that he hasn't heard yet. We're gonna exchange each other's sounds and then make beats with the sounds for our IG. And yeah, so we're gonna do that as content that's gonna be cool to share with you guys. But the dope thing about it is this is where you guys are involved. You'll be able to download these free sounds, make a beat, and then tag us on IG. The ones that are fire are the ones that I like. I'm gonna share on my timeline. Easy. I'm gonna share it. I'm actually giving you permission to tag me, even though I don't like people tagging me on IG. I'm giving you permission to do that specifically on IG. So it's gonna be fun. That video, like I said, is dropping on Thursday. Be on the lookout for that video. Yeah, that was fun. Sound designing is really becoming so much fun, and I got to once again shout out the homie Steven from Cymatics, man. I had no idea that encounter would produce so much great energy and so much inspiration. And I'm in a space now where I am legit happy with creating music again, and not for the sake of selling beats. I'm actually at this point in time, let me not make commitments that I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I don't plan on selling beats at the beginning of next year or really throughout most of the year. I want to focus solely on music producers. I am so obsessed with sound design right now. I cannot see myself doing any other thing except for sound design. So I'm going to have kits that I'm going to sell, but that's not even the play. The play right now is to ensure that I make so many free downloads that you guys are going to literally grow with me and see how I'm progressing with my sound design. Because I'm still, even though I've been a producer for 15, 16, 17 years, I'm still getting better at sound design. So I don't feel good about out the gate trying to get you guys to buy something. It's not even my focus. I want to actually get good at this. But at the same time, don't get it twisted. He sounds knock. Anybody who's got my drum kits, you know my process before gave me knock, but not the kind of knock that I wanted. So as I'm sound designing this, you guys have the opportunity, because you are subscribers of mine, to get these free downloads. You can get the first one that we already dropped that has Big Drums Knock Volume 3 that I did, as well as the homie Oh Gosh Essentials. His drum kit, it has 20 melodic loops that you can go ahead and toy around with. But yeah, that's out right now. Go to 2020powerpack.com. 2020powerpack.com. So that's the focus. 2020powerpack.com. And then, like I said, you get those free downloads, about 340 megabytes you get for free. Like, there cannot be anything wrong with that. 340 megabytes. Download it. Thank you, KJ. He said it's legit. Appreciate that. Everybody who's been getting it has been very happy about it. They're surprised that I'm giving away so much for free, but it's like y'all ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come. And I want to say thank you for holding me down. Thank you for supporting me through all of my growth and all of my, challenges and things that have happened that took me away from YouTube and kind of brought me back. And those that follow me off of YouTube and all that good stuff. We don't know what's going to happen with YouTube. I for sure don't know. I don't work at YouTube. All I know is I provide this content, and as long as I have this platform, I provide it. And if they take it away, we'll go to IG. We'll go to somewhere else. I'm not tripping on that. That doesn't really bother me. What I'm more so concerned about is servicing music producers in 2020. Excuse me, 2020, 2020. 2020, I want to service music producers. And for the artists that are watching, I apologize that it may seem like it's kind of abrupt and sudden, but selling beats takes so much time away from what I truly love to do. Even though I love making beats, I don't love making beats for the sake of selling, because it puts me in a mindset where I have to think about, well, how is somebody going to rap over this? It makes me say, well, I should do significantly less instruments. And it's like, I love instrumental music. And that's what I want to make. I also am developing a love for sound design. That's what I'm doing. So for the artists that are out there, if you ever had something that, you figured out was something that was more of a distraction than a passion, this is where it is for me. It's obviously made me a lot of money, continues to make me a lot of money. But when it ain't about the money, what would you do differently? And when I asked that question, I said I wouldn't sell beats. I just don't want to sell beats. I don't want to sell beats right now. I want to focus on sound design and putting all that into it, because I only get so much time aside from my business, to make music. And now that I finally got back to making music and sound designing, I'm having so much fun. I don't want to get rid of this fun. I want to keep this going. So there it is. Let's open it up for some questions. This is supposed to be a short stream, but I want to open up to some questions, and let's get to it. Hey, King, what's a good way to learn sound design? First thing you should do, go get the homie Decaps Masterclass. First and foremost, get the homie Decaps Masterclass. I'm gonna keep on saying it. The homie Decap has a masterclass, and regardless if you use I use FL Studio. The masterclass was showing you what he does in Ableton to design the sounds from scratch. I still got benefit from it. So jump on it. I ain't got no affiliate link, fam. Just go look it up. I think it's drumsthatknock.com, I think is his website. Go get that. This is me giving you game. I'm not no affiliate. This is me giving you game. Go do that if you really want to learn sound design. That's one. Two, the homie BusyWorks Beats has his own course, and actually you can take advantage of that course because it comes as a bonus in Curtis King TV. So if you sign up for Curtis King TV .com, you'll have instant access to learning how to sound design. This dude goes in so much detail, BusyWorks, and you know how long-winded he can be. That's why he and I get along so well. Uh, he has an advanced course and a beginner's course in sound design. That's been helping me. But that's my advice. Like until the homie oh gosh decides to drop a course, uh, unfortunately, y'all ain't gonna have the same advantage that I had in getting some one-on-one with that brother because he helped me so much in the sound design and learning the stuff. But honestly, don't overthink this shit with sound design. It's literally you having fun with sounds that you're already familiar with. You know what a kick drum sounds like. You know what a snare sounds like. You know what a hi-hat sounds like. Now it's all about figuring out how you can manipulate things like white sound to create a cymbal, right? Using the 3X oscillator to create an 808. It's so freaking easy to do that. So this is where you're really going to have to get in tune with the tools of FL Studio and the things that are already sitting in your stock. You don't have to go and buy extra plugins to do sound design. You literally can start, and I've done it before on my YouTube. You can start with a stock sound and then just find ways to manipulate it, mangle it. And I don't even want to tell you the way that I do it because I don't want you to copy exactly what I'm doing. I want you to have fun. That's the purpose of this, is to have fun. I'm going to take all the fun out of it telling you how I do it. That's why, like, even the video that I have on Thursday, I don't really show a whole bunch of clips of the screen because I'm still having fun and figuring this thing out. That's huge. I don't want to take that away from you, and I feel like a jerk taking that away from you. So if you want to get into sound design, just start designing sounds. There is no wrong or right way to do it. The wrong way is to not do it at all if you want to do it. Straight up. Have fun with this. So that's the biggest thing. Let me go back down here to here. Yeah, extraordinary music. Let's make that the mantra, bro. In 2020, producers should have fun again, right? Trump wanted to make America great again. I want to make producers have fun again. Let's have you having maximum enjoyment. Stop worrying so much about how you can get peak performance. Maximum enjoyment is where it's at, right? Part of maximum enjoyment is understanding that you got to pull your mind back to the present moment, right? As you're sitting here making a beat, don't let your mind wander too much about, oh my God, it's taking so long. Oh my God, what if this beat is trash like my last one? Oh my God, what if this beat is not as great as the idea that I initially started with? Forget all that. Forget all that. Bring yourself back to the present moment and start with something as simple as, damn, it's so dope that I get to work on music. Because somebody right now is probably sitting in a jail cell that cannot work on music. Right? Somebody right now probably had a laptop that died and cannot work on music. You have the greatest opportunity right now if you are able to work on music. Whether your laptop is shitty, whether your laptop is super fast, man, don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. The past, thinking about the past too much brings depression, brings pain. Thinking about the future too much brings anxiety. It's so simple. This is not being wishy-washy. It's so simple. Bring your mind back to the present. So as you're working on your music, and this is why meditation helps me so much, because it's me exercising my ability to bring my mind back to the present. Because when you're meditating, your mind goes to all kind of crazy ass places. But being able to pull my mind back and pull my attention by the hand and bring it right here, that makes me love what I'm doing. I have so much happiness, right? Even acknowledging as I'm making a sound, I'm like, this is pretty fucking cool that I get to do this as a profession, or that I get to learn this, right? Shout out to my mom just sending me a text right now because I put her onto some CBD gummies and she's like, yo, my back feels amazing. I'm like, I got you, mama. But yeah, shout out to her. She just texted me. I had to say that. But yeah, that's my that is. And I'll talk about the CBD gummies really soon with you guys, because part of the reason why, because here's the thing about it. This is the reason why a lot of people have to go to medication or even self-medicate. It gets hard. I know it gets hard. And a lot of people feel like therapy is not enough for me. It's not going to be enough. Meditation is not enough for me. I get it. So that's why sometimes it's important that we take advantage of living in 2019 and the fact that we can take things like CBD gummies legally and it actually calms us out. I have been using CBD for the last 2 weeks. It has put me at such an ease. And this company actually reached out to me named Oliver's Harvest, and they sent me products for free. So thankful for them because, like, when my mind starts to wander and starts to go in like that crazy place, I calmly hear a voice in my head that's like, relax, bring it back, bring it back, focus on the right now. Right? Sometimes pinching yourself will bring you back to the right now. Sometimes breathing and smelling the things around you brings you back to the right now. It's so necessary. So there it is. Questions. You got any questions? Tell my tales. Hey, Curtis, I'm a 14-year-old producer and I want to start selling beats. I've been working on this theatrical ambience and beats. My bad. And beats. I've been working on there and beats which really get their emotion. How do I begin doing this? Continue to do what you're doing. There's not an answer I can give you, bro, that's going to automatically say, yeah, that's it. Nothing is going to be a better teacher than experience. You could watch a million of my videos. It's never going to be a better experience than actually sitting down and messing around with things. Don't overwhelm yourself with these grandiose ideas of how you envision things to be when they're perfect. You're not going to get there focusing on that. You're only going to get there. I'm going to come back to it. Focus on the right now, right? Maybe you need to figure out how to utilize the string VST that you're using to its full capacity. Maybe that means understanding what every knob does. Maybe that means understanding, like, having a day where you don't make beats, having a day where you just tinker around with the sounds and see what it does. See if you come across something that you've never heard anybody else do before. Do that instead. I think that's the most important thing. Experience, man. 2020, make producers have fun again. That is the mantra. I forget who said that, but shout out to you because that is the mantra moving forward. Make producers have fun again. Damien said, do you know how to collect royalties if you're not a U.S. citizen? Unfortunately, I do not. I don't have an answer for that one. I'm sorry. H Beats, do you still do one-on-one consultations? I don't, my brother. I don't right now. Right now, I don't. Curtis needed a one-on-one consultation for his damn self. I'm actually going through therapy myself, and it has been, oh my God, it's been so tremendous. It's been one of the greatest things I could have ever did. There's an app on your cell phone called BetterHelp. And literally, like, I pay, like, I think $220 a month, and I literally get to talk to a therapist via FaceTime on my phone every single week. So being able to talk to someone has been, I can't even explain it to you. Like, she's the one that got me on meditation. She's the one that told me how meditation is strength training for the mind, right? Let me give you an example. You ever had an example where you ever had a situation where you get an injury and and it happened in such a goofy way you don't want to tell people how you did it, not like you tripped over, like literally you sat down and your body was inactive for like an hour, and then you got up too fast, and then now your wrist hurts really, really bad, and it's been hurting for like weeks and weeks on end. Those are injuries of an inactive body. Now, think about your mind. What happens when your mind goes inactive? You have injuries called anxiety, injuries called panic attacks. So, how do you heal the injuries of the mind? You got to do some strength training. In the same way your body needs strength training from laying down and being lazy, and now you got to prepare your muscles to take this on, it is no different from the strength training that you have to do when you're meditating. Except you're not counting reps like you would in the gym when you meditate. You're counting breaths. So, you're literally breathing in and focusing on like the cool air that goes through your body. And then you're exhaling. And this is a great tip that somebody gave me. When you exhale, don't blow the air out. They say to let it slowly go out as if you're trying to blow in the direction of a candle, but you're not trying to make the candle go out. That helps me. That's something I do every single morning. I don't have it up here with me, but I also have something called silent mode, which is a mask that has headphones on it. And it has like guided meditations that I do every morning. And it literally blacks out the room so I can't see light, even though it's morning. And it helps me focus solely on my breathing. There's so many things we can do, man. We in 2019, about to be 2020. Bro, like there's so many tools that we have now for our anxiety. So I'm not doing one-on-one consultations, but there's enough out there for you if you really want to get some help. Because I believe the issues that you are dealing with as a producer have a lot more to do with the issues you're dealing with as a human being that are attached to your childhood, that are attached to so many other things that have nothing to do with music. Address those, and your music will, everything in your life will begin to change accordingly. That's not theory, that is fact. So there it is. ATDN, much love to you. Psychomentalist, do you see an improvement in your mixing when you do meditation? I see an improvement in the quality of life. I'm no longer so discouraging of myself. That voice in my head that used to be such an asshole when I mix, like, oh, this ain't sounding good. Oh man, you gotta hurry up and finish this because of why am I hurrying? Meditation makes you come back to the moment. It makes you relax and realize I don't have to do anything right now. Chill the fuck out, is what I tell my head and my brain. I tell that voice in my head, like I even had to give it a name. I ain't gonna tell you the name, but I had to give it a name, and it was like, shut the fuck up. Let me work. Can I can't mix if I'm listening to your dumb ass. Obviously, you can't jump. This sounds crazy, I know. You can't jump out of my head and mix this for me, so let me do the work and shut up. And I find that I can punk that voice really easily. So I suggest you do the same thing. Punk that voice that is making you second guess your mixing abilities. Punk that voice that is making you feel like I could never be a great producer, or I could never be as good as a person I look up to. Punk that voice. Tell them to shut the fuck up. I do it all the time. And I know it may be a lot vulgar for some people. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. That's how I got to do it. So, yeah. Tell that voice in your head, suck it. I ain't going to do that. I ain't trying to get demonetized and all that. But yeah, you get the point. Stay in the moment, man. That's why meditation is so important to me, because my quality of life changes. Everything changes. As I sit here and I make beats, I'm no longer just sitting here and I'm just like not breathing, thinking about the future, having anxiety about it, thinking about the last beat I made that I really wasn't feeling, thinking about how that melody is not that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm in the moment. Right now, I enjoy this moment talking with you. Right? So that is the goal. Make producers have fun again in 2020. So meditation shuts up the scientists. CW, what's up, my brother? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. KJ Stray, you said, I'm newer to this. I'm wondering if I should sell beats, look for placements, or make hits. Do them all, but do one at a time. And you tell yourself which one works for you. Because if I tell you what worked for me, I'm in a different place in my life right now. And the advice that I give you right now may make you feel like, I kind of value these things that Curtis doesn't value right now. Like, I don't value big names being on my beats because I've already had big names on my beats. You got to do more for me than just put big names on my beats. I don't care. I don't care. Artists, I love artists, but artists got to present more value for me in this time that I'm at right now than just, I got a big name and a big following. I don't give a rat's ass how big of a following you got, fam. I don't care what you can put on. Put yourself on if you got all that putting on ability. I'm focused on doing work that I'm actually passionate about, and once again, that's aligned with my purpose, and not doing work that just merely distracts me. A lot of producers want placements or want different things because it's the most glamorous distraction from where they're at right now. That's not a healthy decision. That doesn't mean you actually want a placement. That just means that you think a placement is going to give you an emotion that you don't have right now. It's a lot of things that can give you an emotion you don't have right now. Some are healthy, some are unhealthy. but don't go chasing placements. Don't go chasing selling beats for a feeling. If you enjoy making music right now, keep making music. Don't worry, especially if you're younger. I feel like the reason why some of my younger producers, my younger brothers and sisters, producers that are struggling so much with anxiety, I didn't struggle with anxiety as much as you guys do now. I know I didn't. And I had my own issues, but not as big as you guys have them. I think it has something to do with social media, because social media makes you anxious about who you are in comparison to everybody else. It makes you feel like you're not doing enough. It makes you feel like, now you're seeing, if you're 16, you're seeing other 16-year-old entrepreneurs who are making millions of dollars. And now you're taking on the pressures of people who are in their 30s and mid 20s, and you're worried about things that you're not supposed to be worried about at 16. And when you worry so much about the future and so much about what you need to be or who you're not, or how bad you are, it takes you out of the moment. When it takes you out of the moment, what happens is that it makes you miserable and it makes you so anxious. And I know, like, all the stuff that's going on, like within the government, is probably making you more anxious. Stuff you see on the news is making you more anxious. You have to allow yourself to enjoy what you're going through right now. You're 16, man, love this. Love this time period. Because you're going to be one day 25, like, damn, I had it so easy. Damn, I had it so easy. Like, you think you got it hard now? Wait till you get to your 30s. Wait till you get to your 20s. You ain't even cracked. Like, here's the dopest thing about young producers right now. If you're a young producer and you're 16, here's the advantage, the superhuman advantage that you have right now. You literally, worst case scenario, you're sitting right here on the road, right? And it has 5 different places you can go. You can go to placements, you can sell beats, you can do instrumentals on YouTube, you can do remixes, you can do whatever you want. You literally could go down the wrong path and then look up and turn around and you're only 17, 18. Then you could come back to the original place you were at, look down the road, and then say, you know what, I'm gonna go for selling beats. And the worst thing that can happen is you'll turn 20. Fam, if I can have old ladies that look at me at 34 and say I'm a baby, you're a baby, baby. I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean to say you got time, fam. You got time, man. The worst case scenario is that you go down the wrong road and you're still 18. You're still 20. You're still 22. There's actually more pressure, if I look at it that way, on me right now at 34, because 2 years from now, I'm 36. 2 years from there, I'm going to be 38. But even then, I'm still very young in the scope of the entire world, right? I'm not 84. So focus on that. That is more important. Much more important. Hopefully that brings some comfort to my younger producers out there. Because I know that you guys go through it. I know that there's a lot that you're overwhelmed with. I can't imagine, because I didn't have YouTube and social media when I was 16. I can't imagine the pressure that you guys are under. Like, I really sympathize with you. 1000% sympathize with you, because you feel like you have to have the success of what people used to look at as like 45-year-olds, right? You feel like you got to have like the bag. You got to have like your whole future decided before you graduate high school. That's so, man, that's a lot of pressure. I didn't feel that pressure. And I think it had to do with the fact that we didn't have social media, and all we had to focus on was like school, girls, video games, and food. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really wasn't like we still were going outside. It wasn't like stuff that you have now. I feel for my young producers, bro. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But just don't forget, you have the advantage of time. You have the advantage of being around folks on the YouTube that will help you walk your way through it. I didn't have that. And so That's the greatest gift that I can give to you is realizing that you got time, fam. You got time. So stay in the moment. Stay in the present moment right now. Give yourself time to pinch yourself and be like, yo, like, fuck all the bullshit. Yeah, I'm not the producer I want to be. Yeah, my beats are kind of whatever right now, but I'm able to work on beats. I was once a sperm of a gajillion sperms in my daddy ball sack, and I made it out. And through the miracle of birth, I came out of my mama coochie and I was born. You are already a blessing, right? Now, add on top of that, you are living in a place where you can make a living. The potential is there for you to make a living making music. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You don't need no. I see the young kid keep asking my beat critiques. You don't need no beat critiques from me. You need time to work and see if you even like what you're doing. Chances are you're gonna figure out that either you don't like what you're doing or the people around you, most folks that you think are really dope right now, are probably not gonna be making beats in 4 or 5 years if you're 16. It's the truth. Some of them are gonna get married. Some of them are going to probably not marry, but some of them probably gonna have kids. Some of them probably gonna get into drugs or some other crazy stuff, and they'll probably just jump off, right? And you'll be the last one standing. So you don't need no beat critiques from me. You don't need beat critiques from nobody. You gotta cook because no matter what that person tells you, you'll be like, yeah, that was really helpful. Thanks for telling me that. You still gotta get to work. It doesn't change the work you have to do. Then, two, stop letting these producers or these people doing critiques, stop letting them take your joy from you. You had a vision. Tell my tale. Stop asking me about beat critiques, man. No, man, I'm not bringing them back. Don't let me steal your joy from you. Something that really kind of like bothers me about the producer community is that a lot of us will give our joy to somebody else and then get mad when they crush our dreams. Stop giving out your joy. You up here sending your booty through the internet. Stop doing that. Stop it. Stop. Stop sending your beats out if you're not making beats for producers, focus on what you got to do at hand. You know what you want to sound like. Start working, man. That's all it is. Just start working. Keep working. You don't need no beat critiques are not going to change anything. They're not going to make or break you. Get to work. Straight up, get to work. If that means you got to jump off this live stream now, cool. Get to work. So, yeah, stop letting these producers out here steal the greatest gift that you have been given by whatever you believe in, the universe, God, or whatever you believe in. You've been given a great, beautiful gift to watch this little bitty baby of a career called a music producer grow from this little small place, humble place, and then blossom into something. Stop letting folks take your joy. Somebody gonna tell you something that you think is great advice, and it's gonna send you on another 2-year goose chase trying to figure out what they were talking about, just to come back to the same place of I'm not doing beats for them. I'm making beats for myself. Forget all that. You making beats for yourself. So do that. If you want to make beats for artists, talk to artists. Those are more beneficial. Other producers, everybody got their own vision of how they want to dress their baby. Stop letting other producers dress your baby. If you love what you do, can't nobody tell you any different. That's like me telling you how to treat your woman, right? Or if you play Xbox, me telling you how to play Xbox. You look at me crazy, like the fuck. I know how to play the game. Let me just do me. I'm not saying be cocky. I'm not saying don't ever be open to feedback. But I'm saying is don't let that be your all end all. Don't wait on it either. Work so much to where people want you to critique their beats. That's when you know you did something special. Focusing on that. That's it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Serious, what are your thoughts on beat battles? Beat battles literally gave me my first opportunity to build an audience as a producer. Beat battles helped me build up relationship with artists. Beat battles helped me build relationship with other producers. I did my first producer collab because of a beat battle. It also helped me to step up my mixing game because in my studio I didn't have big monitors at the time. So when I went to these venues, it was the first time I heard my beats on big speakers. And when I heard it on big speakers, I was like, that 808 hit a whole lot harder in my bedroom. And so when I did them, I started progressively sort of kind of mixing my beats on the stage in my head. And then when I got home, I was like, all right, turn the bass down -3B, turn the snare down. You know what? It's too bright. Let me actually do this. And it gave me the things that I needed to make my beats more appealing to a general audience. And so I will forever be indebted to beat battles because beat battles built up the competition in me. Beat battles built up the mixing strategies in me, all that stuff, man. If it wasn't for beat battles, I literally would not be standing here with so much confidence because it helped me build so much over time. So if you get an opportunity to jump in, just jump in, have fun with it, right? Stay to the end, even if you lose. Stay to the end and watch everybody else and how they react to people. You'll learn something from listening to people. Oh gosh, the Otis know it. Oh gosh, man. Hey, shout out to my homie, oh gosh, bro. That's my brother, man. Like, I beat him one time in a beat battle. I didn't even know who he was at the time. I beat him one time. That man came back and whooped me like I was his firstborn. He whooped me like a boy, beat my ass in these battles. Oh gosh, came back and destroyed me a few times. But that's the thing about it. Think about what him losing did to him, where he said, when I come back, I'm taking heads off. And he did that. And I think he went on a crazy streak of a bunch of different beat battles he won. But that's the thing about it. Like, I met one of the biggest underground producers in our scene who's like West Coast Dilla vibes. The homie DiBiase. I met him through beat battling. I met him through going overtime with him like 3 or 4 times. I never won, but I went overtime. He was like, yo, I respect you. Let's build. That's how beat battles did, man. So you never know what's going to happen because of beat battles. Beat battles are the reason why my drums sound the way they sound today and still sound that way. Yeah. CW said, had Curtis saying, oh, gosh. Yeah, whenever I saw him up there, I was just like praying in my head. I was like, please don't let him play this Michael Jackson. My man's flipped Michael Jackson's Thriller into like the coldest beat battle beat I have ever heard in my life. It was so hard, like I had to stop myself from bobbing my head on stage because you're supposed to be like in competition mode, right? That'd be like me at the free throw line against another team, another basketball player, and then they make their free throw and I start clapping for them. That's what that looks like when you nod your head at the beat battle for somebody else's beat. And so I was like, damn. I was like, man, I can't let the judges see my reaction because then they'd be like, yeah, you definitely lost. I could see off your reaction alone. But beat battles, man, beat battles will it will turn you into a different beast. It'll also help bring you out of your shell. So if you get an opportunity to do it, do it. If you don't have an opportunity, start one. It doesn't take much, right? Literally get 10 producers willing to invest $10 to enter a contest. Find a venue, find a rec center, find a bar, find somewhere at your school, a group that'll allow you to set up shop, right? Find a mom and pop eating spot that has a stage. Whatever you can, figure it out and start it. Get 10 producers to put $10 in, then make the competition a $100 prize. It's easy, right? You have to even invest any of your money into it. And then on top of that, throw in like, some drum kits that you made or whatever, and make the pot even that sweeter. The whole idea is not about, trying to jack up the price. It's all about like make it appealing enough to where producers come together and they want to be in each other's presence. They want to hear what each other got. It was so dope to see like my producer brothers like, oh gosh, and the homie Captain. I was excited, genuinely excited to see what they've been cooking up for the last few weeks because I know they've been thinking about this beat battle like I've been thinking about this beat battle. So if you get an opportunity, do it. If you don't have an opportunity, make one. And then connect. Use the internet to connect with the people that are already out there in your area, right? You can run ads right now on IG that are within a 50-mile radius. I have it in a circle, 50-mile radius or 100-mile radius within your area. And you can get everybody who's under the hashtag producers that is hashtagged that to come out. Super. I mean, it's a lot. It's simple, but it's not easy. I get that. But that's literally what you got to do. I see the question. Do you need to learn how to mix and master to be a producer? I think it's helpful, but I think more so than learning, I think more so than concerning yourself with how learning how. If you're in a place right now, bro, where you're saying, do I have to learn? If you're saying I have to learn mixing and mastering, you're not ready to start mixing and mastering. I think that right now you may be at a phase, and I could be wrong, but you're at a phase right now where you're having probably more fun with the creative process than the technical process. And that's okay. But what's going to happen is that you're going to start asking questions that are going to naturally make you want to learn mixing and then eventually mastering. The questions that I asked were, okay, I love making beats, they're super dope, but man, why don't my snares come through as crispy as like my favorite producers like THX? Like, why does his drums feel so much more clarity? That's when I felt like, you know what? I'm ready now to learn about EQing. I'm ready now to understand what all these goofy ass words mean. And that's when I did it, right? When I heard an 808 for the first time sound like an 808, I never wanted to do 808s the way I did them before. And so I learned how to mix and then I learned some mastering from there. But even with mastering, so here's where mastering comes in. You learn how to mix because you genuinely want to learn how to mix because you hear things in other people's beats and you're like, yo, I want to capture that in my sound. I think it's gonna make it go to the next level. Then you start listening to beats that you hear on the radio or beats that you hear that are like, man, but why is it that when I mix my beat, it don't sound like this beat, which is not loud, but it is loud, but it's not peaking. That's where you say, you know what? I got to learn about mastering. But don't let these things overwhelm you. Don't let them discourage you. I think right now, the main focus should be focus in on where you're at right now and see how to get the most enjoyment out of it, right? It's almost like a pair of shoes. Keep wearing these shoes until these shoes don't fit you no more. When they don't fit you no more, go get some new shoes. New shoes in our example would be new knowledge. Get a course, right? I just got the Slate Digital subscription. They got courses on the Slate Digital subscription on sound design, on anything you literally can want, right? There's tons of courses right now for Ozone 8, right? So the information is abundant. It's just a matter of understanding where you're at right now and being honest to that. I'll take one more question and I got to duck out of here because I got work I got to do. I got to finish up my end of the kit that I'm releasing with the homie Larry O. Steph Riley, you had a question. Go ahead and ask the question. You say you want to ask a question. I'm going to leave it with you, and then we're going to duck up out of here. Shout out to homie Gray Key. I seen you was in here earlier. I don't know if you're still here, but shout out to you, my brother. Good stuff. Joey, thank you. You have a good day as well. Okay, so if I don't get that question from Steph, which I'm probably sure they didn't already ducked out, I'm gonna answer this question from by Dazi, I think it's called. Yeah, by Dazi. Appreciate all the love, man. Thank y'all for being here. Honestly, you don't have to be here. You don't have to spend your time with me, and I appreciate it the same. So, where you at? Where you at? Okay, the question by Dazi, or by Dazzle, I'm sorry, Dazzle. I think that's how you say it. Should I post my beats on SoundCloud if they ain't selling? Before you do that, ask yourself, why do you want to post on? Do you want to post on SoundCloud? It's not gonna hurt. If your beats aren't selling, can't hurt. It literally can't hurt if your beats aren't selling. It doesn't matter where you put them at. I think it's the funniest thing in the world, and some producers may be butthurt when I say this, but they're so worried about copywriting their beats. They're so worried about where do I put my beats? I don't want to overexpose. And you haven't even figured out if your beats are worth selling or worth stealing yet. You want to copyright your beats, and you haven't even figured out if your beats are even worth stealing from anybody else except for you. Somebody may look at that beat and be like, I ain't trying to steal your damn beat. Trash. Trash. I ain't trying to steal that bullshit. So, same thing with this. Who cares if you put it on SoundCloud? If your beats ain't selling, that means people ain't checking for them right now. And that's okay. I'm not getting on you. I'm not clowning you. It doesn't matter where you put them at. I do think it's important that, as Gary Vee said, you know, document and not create. Document what you're going through right now. So part of your documenting what you're going through right now is putting your beats on SoundCloud, because one day, think of yourself in this sense too. One day you'll become a producer that you always wanted to be. Maybe it'll take 5 years, maybe it'll take 3 years, maybe it'll take 10 years, but you'll be that producer. Then you're going to look back. And I want to tell you, you're going to look back and you're going to wish that you had more beats from this time period. When you weren't selling, when you weren't as dope as you're going to be, you're going to wish you had more beats that showed your progress. But that's what the problem is with a lot of folks. They second guess this part of it. Share your beats, man. Share your beats on every platform that you can. Because in 10 years, you're going to be pissed off that you didn't document more. I was pissed off that I didn't document more of the beats that I made on my PlayStation. I'm thankful that I had CDs, CDs that I have my beats on, but there's a lot of beats I never even went back to. Like, I would love to see what an incomplete folder looked like on my MTV generator. So, but I don't have that. So for you, man, if you want to put your beats on SoundCloud, what's the worst that can happen, fam? What's the worst that could literally happen? Somebody hears it and they have a bad representation of you. There's 7 billion people on the world. 7 billion people on Earth. Who cares if one person doesn't think that beat is for them? Keep creating, keep sharing, share rough draft, share all that shit, man. Just remind yourself how lucky you are to do what you're doing. Love the process. If you're not loving the process, you're probably not loving life. If you're impatient with your beat making process, you're probably impatient as a human being first. So address that first. That's why, like, right now, like, of course, for those of you who are not legally, I don't know what it takes for CBD if you got to be 18 or older, but that's what CBD does for me. In addition to meditation, CBD puts me in a place where it's just like, all right, cool. Be more patient. Like, as I'm sitting here, sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm like trying to like sound design a kick, a stock kick to my liking, and I'll get impatient, right? I'll get like a little discouraged that it doesn't have the knock that I want it to have or the instant gratification. But that's literally where anxiety and depression, they come from that as well, is always needing instant gratification, always needing, to get a certain amount of likes or a certain kind of feedback for your music. If you put your happiness in that, these are variables you cannot control. So what you're saying is that my happiness is in the control of other people. So I would hate for somebody to put themselves in that situation because it's an unfair advantage to the other people. Reese says, how do I get better playing the drums? Go subscribe to the homie Oh Gosh Leota's YouTube channel. He's a drummer. That's first step. And I'm gonna leave it like that. What's up, man, gang? My brother, how you doing? So I'm gonna let y'all get at it. I appreciate you sitting here watching. It's a lot longer than what I anticipated. I was trying to wrap it up in 30 minutes. 48 minutes later, here we are. But much love to y'all. I'm about to get in here and cook up. Be on the lookout Thursday for that free kit from me and the homie Larry O. It's finna be lit. And I'm finna be giving so much more value. The focus next year, music producers. Music producers. I'm focused in on y'all. I'm focusing on helping you in every aspect that I can, being transparent in every way that I can, in hopes that it can help you. 2020 music producers, the motto, shout out to the homie that came up with this. The motto is make producers have fun again. That's the movement I'm pushing for. Have fun again. If you're not ready to start talking about ClickFunnels, stop. If you're not ready to start selling beats online, stop. If you're not ready to get feedback from people, stop. Have fun with this, man. Make producers have fun again. I'm putting that on my board after we out of here. So shout out to whoever came up with that. That is the motto. That's what we running with. But outside of that, bless all of y'all. Y'all have a good one. Hope y'all cook up the most fire beats. Either way, do something today productive that you love, and sit in the moment. That's the one piece of advice I got to keep on pushing to y'all. Stay in the moment. Peace out.